Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Into these colleges, and we have to fund our kids in these colleges, and we have to make sure our kids have seats in these colleges.
Now, what about HBCUs? You mentioned
absolutely. You got to fund them all, and you got to make sure they're properly funded. You know, the real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs. And Comcast did not accept it. And that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm going to light you up like a Christmas tree. Okay. That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't own. I just knew.
Why didn't you buy it?
I just knew. I just knew that these black.
I like that talk.
All right. I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
There's a shot. Right. It could be. Right field. Grand slam. What a shot. That's how you get hot, young fella.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do, and all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payment, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
What's up? Today is the 28th of January, 2026. And to quote my conscience, I came with heat today. I'm gonna start some shit, and I'm gonna go away and let Mark do his thing, because Mark coming in peace, Mo coming in peace. But damn it, I'm not coming in peace today. So I'm gonna just do this by myself. I'm gonna let them come on just in case they got something to say. But this is all me today. All right. Now, full disclosure, I started my life off as yada, 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 as a little baby and yada, yada, yada. Then I went to a life of crime, and I was pretty fucking good at it. But somewhere along the way, I developed the conscience and I understood what family meant because I didn't want to do anything to hurt my mom. So I joined the military. I spent a few years in the military. I got out and I joined the sheriff's department. So by definition, I'm a company man because I have spent the bulk of my life defending and protecting others. So when I got something to say about law enforcement or ICE or the federalize or any of that, understand this ain't coming from a position of emotion and ignorance. I live this life, so I can tell you with clarity what's wrong and what's right, despite how I feel, because I do know the difference. So, and it's becoming apparent, my opinion, that this fight is not only black and white. It's Uncle Tom and Sambo, because clearly, I'm tired of you coloreds saying this ain't our fight. And every time we have a fight, every time something goes wrong, if you look at the George Floyd, if you look at the Breonna Taylors, if you look at all them, white people was at the front leading with money. They were the ones who were taking off work and marching with us. Now when something happened to them, and I get some of y'all hatred and distrust and whatever, and y'all want to keep talking about slavery, which is cool, but ain't none of you niggas ever been a slave. So shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. So now I'm looking at the stuff and I'm seeing you ignorant people talking about they should have just followed the order. So you mean to tell me if somebody in some blue jeans, a flannel shirt, a vest on, and some pistols come up and tell you to start doing some shit, you just gonna run and do it? Get the fuck out of here. You can watch a video. The last video, I'm sure y'all saw it. Ain't no AI, ain't no confusion. The man pulled out a pistol. Now don't get it twisted, and this ain't racist. White people crazy as hell, but white people ain't finna charge no man who got a gun in his hand. They ain't that fucking stupid. So all these people charge this man who had a gun in his hand who was there to commit damage, but he didn't shoot none of them. You saw the video. They took the gun off of him and then they shot him 10 times. So when you ask me a dumbass question like, am I against ICE? That's a dumbass question. Nobody's against ICE. Even the people who don't believe Obama did a good job, can y'all tell me how many people died when Obama was doing his thing? Can y'all tell me when Obama and everybody else who was president was deporting immigrants, and this should have been going on forever, how many times do we see them with masks on and unmarked vehicles? See, when the feds come to do local shit, they have to have local police involved. You know why? Because they have uniforms and patrol cars that are marked on them. Ain't none of you niggas finna tell me that if 3 people pull up in your yard in black trucks and say open the door, you just gonna open for them, let them do whatever they want to do. There is nothing that distinguishes them from being your neighbor. And please believe we've seen plenty of robbing crews who pull up with the same shit. No lights, no sirens, no markings, no nothing. They just got a shirt on. You know, you can get these shirts that say police security or whatever from Amazon. Hell, for the right price, you can get them from a uniform store. So when y'all keep saying dumb shit, they should have followed the order. The feds can't give you no order for traffic because they can't do traffic. They don't wear uniforms. They don't have the markings that say who they work for and what agency and how to get to them. So quit saying dumb shit. Quit posting stupid stats about, oh, this is how much money immigrants are costing us. This is what they do. How much is that White House, that new building at the White House cost? How much are we paying ICE? They putting more funding into ICE than they putting into damn near every other. They giving ICE more than they giving the military. How does that make sense? And just tell me this now. If it's about getting illegal immigrants out the country, why do they need masks on again? Why do they need masks? Oh, it's for their safety. And I'm gonna tell you why that's bullshit. Because if they traveling everywhere, because that's what Trump said, they're going from here to there, they ain't in their home city. So what they need protection from? Ain't nobody gonna recognize them. The only time we wore a mask is when I did undercover work and I raided a place I did undercover work, and that's it. That's it. That's it. Other than that, I didn't have a mask on because what was the chance to me? I wasn't doing nothing I needed to be protected. ICE don't do undercover operations. So why we keep sitting here trying to defend ICE saying, oh, you want these immigrants to do this? Check the crime stats. Check them. Who's doing more damage to the country? Illegal immigrants, black people, or white Christian nationalists? Look at the federal report. It tells you the biggest threat to our government is white Christian nationalists. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw the video on January the 6th. Those people were armed. And your president said they were proud Americans and that the police were wrong for letting them do something. And some asshole sent me a talking about the police were they were invited in. Well, if they were invited in, why they didn't just go through the front door? Why were they breaking doors and breaking down shit? Why would they climbing poles if they were invited in? Why were they using bear spray on cops? Oh, you can't believe mainstream media. See, let me just tell y'all this. I can read. And two of the brothers that's on this show, see, we say stuff and then we go to Google. See, because I like to read BBC. I like to read NPR. I like to read PBS. And don't get it twisted because somebody just accused me of being biased or I'm not, what's the word? What's the word he used? Hold on, let me find the exact word. Hold on, because I want to get this right now because I don't want to accuse nobody of the wrong thing. Bear with me for 15 seconds. Well, anyway, if you watch MSNBC, and I do, Rachel Maddow does not like Donald Trump. She don't. No question about it. But that doesn't mean her information ain't factual. It don't. Just because, to me, this guy right here, Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback that ever played the game. But everybody know I'm a Tom Brady fan. Tom Brady is the greatest competitor. When it comes down to winning the game, I want to have Tom Brady. When it comes down to throwing a perfect pass through the tightest of windows, I want Dan Marino. See, I'm biased, but the truth is the truth. See, you can separate them with factual data. The data says if you need to win one game in the playoffs, Tom Brady is the best quarterback to do it. There's nothing to argue about that. The facts say that. Mark on here, he can tell you a little bit about football. People love to talk about Peyton Manning, but the facts say in the playoffs, Eli is a much better quarterback. There's nothing to debate. Nothing. Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time in the regular season. Put him in the playoffs and he is going to choke. That's factual data. The police, different from the feds, have a duty. They don't get to enforce city laws. So quit sitting back, cooning, sucking one, talking about how these people are wrong. Some of y'all just want to see white people get killed. But understand this, while you sitting back talking about that, we, people of color, will not get the right to vote unless white people stand up for us. Because we ain't going to do it. We ain't going to do it. See my little shirt? Every time Jasmine Crockett stand up for something, do you see all the black politicians standing behind her? No, you don't. Because they scared. They scared. Where's Hakeem Jeffries? Where's the guy from North Carolina? Where are the black men at who, if they can't say that, they can at least support black leadership? When it's time for us to do something, are we really that scared? Yeah, because y'all was about that life. Y'all warriors, y'all kings, y'all come from these fucking tribes in Africa, but y'all ain't got no fight in you. And y'all ain't got no read in you. You won't read shit. Some dude telling me he quoting some shit from a podcast. Dude, this is a podcast. I can say whatever I want to. And guess what? Ain't none of it got to be factual. None of it. And guess who does the best podcast? Mo can tell you this. The best podcasts are people who spew hatred, who try to divide because they get a cult following. The ones that are most informative don't get nowhere near that. So I'm a back out because y'all got me a little heated because I'm tired of people trying to explain to me how ICE is doing a great job. And before I leave, I'm gonna say this. They've been in Minnesota. They've been some other places. But the stats say the biggest collection of immigrants, California, Texas, Florida, Georgia. Now, he ain't going to California because Gavin Newsom ain't gonna play that. But Texas, Florida, and Georgia got Republican governors. So why he don't go there? Why he don't go where he wanted? Because how many of y'all gonna go somewhere where y'all ain't wanted? To prove a point. if you're trying to impress people and get your agenda followed, when you go somewhere where people are gonna support what you're doing and you can look like you're doing the right shit. I sent an article where they rated a whole apartment complex in Chicago for one guy. But they rated a whole apartment complex, complete with Black Hawk helicopters and everything. Tell me how that's efficient. Tell me that ain't a waste of your money. And, conspiracy theory, because I can't prove this, but why do they wear masks? Because it's them same ones he released from January the 6th, and he don't want people to see them. Because why else do you need to wear masks? All right, so that was my 12-minute intro. Let me get my two great co-hosts onto the show. I'm gonna go have me a drink and calm down. And I'm gonna let them do what they do because they got some good stuff for you, and they ain't animated and agitated and pissed the fuck off. Actually, if I'm gonna use the correct terminology. So I'm gonna let Mo come on. We're here. I'm gonna let Mo in, and I'm gonna let so we can give it a laugh. We're gonna let him go in, and the troublemaker with the fine ice. He gonna mute himself and let them do what they do. What's up, fellas?
What's happening? What's happening, DVP?
That ain't a good question today. That ain't a good question.
I see you working on the left side over there on the fire, baby.
All fire.
Hey, DVP, before we get started, man, I can't find it live on your page to share it.
And and I can't tell you why, because something going on with Facebook. Cause it ain't going to none of them, so I don't even know what to tell you, bro.
Okay, because I was trying to share.
It ain't you.
All right, good, it ain't me.
Yeah, that's what Rob was talking about in the inbox. Cause we can't see it nowhere.
They done shut him down till he get to Arizona with Mo. Shut him down. Shut him down.
Right. Maybe I'd have made Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch mad.
I was looking, I've been like trying to while you've been talking, I was like, man, that's a good topic.
You got to share from the Random Thought page. I think it's showing up there.
I'm on the Random Thoughts with DVP. It typically usually the show you read, the show that you live. I don't see that. So let me go look again. I'm looking at my phone where I've been looking.
If I see it, I'll tell you.
I done went to all 9 of your pages.
Oh, you know what?
What?
It ain't showing on nothing of mine. Let's see.
I think I see it on JBN.
Yeah, that's the only place it's at. It's showing on my JBN. It's the only place it's showing. Ain't that nothing?
It's recorded. We're gonna go back and talk about this. That's a good topic. To piggyback off of what you were saying, I'm with you on that. We do say and do stupid shit. Humanity is humanity. And understanding that is golden. I'm with you. If something happened to them, I may not be out marching and protesting, but I ain't gonna say stupid shit like, well, they should have, or that, you know what I mean? That's what we wrong. Sometimes you gotta support others. And the only way we're gonna get to where we want to be is getting help from others. So we feel that we only gonna help ourselves, then that's dead in the water. Like you say, everything that we've ever done, we've had help and support from others. Races. So, we get in these situations and we start speaking emotionally, and it just be the dumbest shit to come out of our mouth. You know what I mean? That's what we wrong. Sometimes you gotta support others.
Hey, man. And this is my thing. Bro, I was a cop. I'm not telling y'all what I think. I was a cop. I know what the rules say. And you want to sit here and keep posting fucking memes. Dude, look up ICE. Look up what they supposed to do. Nowhere on there. Even on the crazy show, with some of them, you don't see the FBI doing traffic stops. They can't do them. They don't have the marked units to do it. That's why I hated training day. There is no way somebody, just because they throw a blue light up in there, you're supposed to pull over. The law requires certain things just for those things, just for those reasons. It's got to have the markings. They need to have some type of uniform on for your safety, because anybody could put a blue light on. Anybody could. Mo gonna throw on the vest right now and then holler, he ICE. Dude, you got to have something else. You better have some police, something with you. Even when we do drug raids, and I'm on a whole team where everybody got on masks. We got 2 patrolmen always with flashing lights. We got a lieutenant who ain't got on who dressed in a regular uniform, because when people see us initially, because we're stealth, if they start shooting us, yeah, we holler police. But what does that mean? There's nothing that would have gave them the thought that we were police initially. So they have a right to defend themselves. That's in the Constitution. You have a right to defend yourself when you think you're under attack. Just because somebody holler police don't mean shit. What was there to prove that they might have been police? That's why you even see now a lot of police that went to the shields with flashing blue lights on, so that at least they got something that says this. But a flashlight don't mean you police. Everybody got a flashlight, and it's like, come on, y'all saying all this stupid shit. I'm gonna knock on more door, and I'm sitting there with an AK-47 and looking. I'm iced. Open the door for what? I'm looking for something. What you looking for? Something. Open the door, damn it, or you obstructing justice. You can't obstruct justice when there is no justice being served.
True.
You can't. And I tell people there are only four legal ways in every country in the United States to enter somebody's house. There's only 4. Please believe me. There's only 4, no matter what state you in. You got to get valid consent. You have to have a search warrant, not an arrest warrant, a search warrant. You have to have exigent circumstances, which means there's an emergency. If I'm at Mo House and I see something on fire, I don't need his permission to go in there. There's something on fire, I can do that. And hot pursuit. That means I'm chasing somebody who they know I'm chasing them and they're wanted. If they run into a residence, I get to run right behind them. Those are the only 4 times the cops can enter any cop. Federal, local, it don't matter. That's the only time they can legally enter your house. That's it. Nothing else. Mark, I can't get nobody permission to enter your house. I'm your guest. I don't have the authority to let somebody enter your house. I'm a guest. Now, when you give me a key in a room, I can let them in the house. They can search my room and whatever room you give me access to. That's it. That's the law in every single state. Every single state. Every single one. Anyway, I said I was going to have me a drink and let y'all run the show. Do y'all think? I'm upset. I'm getting a headache.
I guess I started, man. As we, I thought about it, we should have did it from fall to winter or summer to fall, but get your house prepared for the next season. There's a lot of things that we overlook, but your house is probably one of your biggest, probably the biggest investment that you're probably making in your life. So I was thinking about all the stuff I got to do for my house as the season changed. And I was like, you know what? It's good to inform the people on those things. The biggest and most important thing is change your filters for your furnace, your AC unit. Make sure they change so that your units aren't working so hard. Then they overworking themselves. Then they going out, and that's a $6,000-7,000 disaster right then. And I've been in the dead of summer, and both of my units went out at the same time.
Oh my goodness!
Somebody was gonna die.
Oh man, I had not to interrupt you, Mark, but I had one go out downstairs, but the one upstairs was working. Man, we was living upstairs. Man, I couldn't do it.
That's what I was doing, and then the one upstairs went out. Now I ain't got no AC in the house.
Ooh, man.
I came in the house. I was like, oh, it's too hot. I took my daughter. Silly me, took my daughter to my brother's house, which he stayed in the subdivision right next to mine. Took her over there and came back and just dealt with the heat. Hey, we got to get it done. But one just needed Freon, and the other one needed to be replaced. So it was, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, change your filters. You should do it every 6 months. And it helps with the quality of the air too. Keep all the dust mites and the pollen down too. So that's one thing. If you got water filters, change them as well. Change them out as well if they are replaceable, so you can keep your water fresh. Me, I still drink faucet water. I ain't no filter on it, so it don't bother me. I've been doing that all my life. But you want to definitely change those things out. Get your AC checked. Get your units checked before it get to 90-degree weather. Get them serviced. You should get them serviced, but get them serviced. Because if it's 90 degrees outside and you realize you ain't got no AC working properly, your feelings gonna be hurt.
Hey, and I just want to add to that, man. Get them service just after the winter. Just after the winter. Don't wait till the summer, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't wait till them 90-degree days, and then you in trouble. As soon as the temperature start getting up 65, 70, go and get it serviced, and then you'll know what to look forward to. If it's an issue, they give you a month or so to try to, put that money together and get it fixed, so you ain't having those issues. Go ahead and get your gutters cleaned, because once we get out of the winter, get into the spring months, it's raining. Once it starts raining, your gutters fill with leaves and the water backing up, all it does is just find a way to run back onto the house. Now you got an internal leak coming from your gutters. Now water leaking back into the house, which is still gonna be an issue, especially once it starts leaking. Water is one of those things that it's gonna find a way. Water is something you can't, if it's flowing, it's gonna keep finding a crack, crevice, hole, and go wherever it want to go. And there's nothing to do it. So if your gutters are filled with leaves and the water start backing up and it's running to the outside of the filling back up onto your shingles, because the gutter usually go right up under your front level of your shingles. Now your wood gonna dry right at the edge of the house, and like I say, now the water getting in. Now your ceiling coming discolored. Definitely gonna have to, if the ceiling start doing that, want to check for mold, mildew, to make sure that the quality of air that you're breathing is still good. Once you start getting mold and mildew in there, you got to cut the ceilings, cut the walls. You're looking at increased fees or pricing to get that all repaired, to get your house back to normal. So I don't know how long. I've been in my house 10 years, so I'm almost certain that if I have to cut my wall, I'm not going to be able to match my paint like it should be. So where you could paint a little small patch, small space, well, okay, I can just match it and paint. No, you're gonna end up painting the whole wall. Depending on how old the paint, you paint that wall, it's still gonna be different from the other wall. So now you mess around and I'm supposed to be painting one small area, now I gotta paint a whole room. Like I say, just added cost on top of cost. So definitely get them gutters cleaned out if you got trees around you, so that the water is flowing properly. It's the perfect time to start trimming your yard. Your grass been dead, laying low all winter. So now when it start popping up, change the colors popping up, you don't want weeds all in your yard. So go ahead and start trimming your yard. If you pay people, like I got turf masters that treat mine. So every 6 weeks, like clockwork, they coming out to treat mine. You want to start doing that now? Like I say, I'm one of them people, I want a nice yard. I like to, when you pull up to my house, I want you to look at my grass and be like, damn, it's a nice yard. Like I said, it's my biggest investment, so might as well make it look nice. So you want to start treating it now. If you want to do it yourself, Scott's is one of those. They got an app on the phone that they'll tell you when it's time. It'll give you a reminder of when to put the certain treatments down. And it'll tell you exactly what you need to buy. So it'll tell you, hey, you're gonna start in this month. It's gonna ask you what type of grass, and it'll tell you, well, hey, you need to put this down at this point. Then when them 6 weeks up, hey, you need to start putting this down. It'll walk you through the whole year. It's definitely cheaper than having Turfmaster come out or any other companies doing it yourself. Is definitely cheaper, but do you have the discipline and the time to keep it up on your own? Me, I'm one of them people that I travel for work, so I may be gone for months at a time. And if I do that, then I'm not here to treat my yard. So it's easier for me to just pay somebody to do it and not have to worry about it. But like I say, Scott's, I know they have it, and there's probably some other companies that do the weed and feed and fertilizer and all those things that, like I say, get the app on your phone and it'll take you through it step by step, so you can to make sure that you get all of that done. I'm gonna tell you one thing that people rarely think about: your stopper for your garbage disposal. You constantly dumping food into your garbage disposal, and you'll rinse it out. But what you don't think about is once it starts spinning under the bottom, some of that food splatter gets up on the bottom side of the stopper. So when them hot days come and now you got fruit flies and gnats all around your sink and you wonder, what is it? What is it? You pour bleach down there and they come right back because on the back side of it, you didn't clean it. So it still has food that's, getting old. It's easy. Reach down there, pull it up, rinse it off real good, clean it, put it right back down in there. But definitely if you start seeing gnats and stuff in your sink and you can't figure out why, that's one of the things you definitely want to, like I say, reach around there, pull it up and clean it. Easy thing. If you got sitting puddles of water around the house, make sure you want to clean that up because that's going to bring mosquitoes. If you got buckets outside, empty flower pots, things of that nature, anything that'll catch water, that's going to bring mosquitoes. So you definitely want to make sure you get rid of that type stuff because in the summertime, mosquitoes is terrible. It's a terrible feeling. It's horrible. Anytime I'm gonna have a cookout or anything, I go out and it's easy little spray, connect to your water hose, spray in your yard. It's good for 6 weeks, but I do that the day before a cookout and then do another one the day of because I hate mosquitoes. The citronella candles work as well. But like I said, if you got anything that's sitting water, it's gonna bring the mosquitoes to the party, and you don't want that. Now it's the best time to start getting decks, your decks repaired, stain them, so you can see damaged areas. As long as that paint is on it or a stain is on it, sometimes you can't see where it's becoming rotten and decayed because the color's on top of it, so you really don't see it. So you definitely want to pressure wash it. Pressure wash it real good, and you can see the damaged areas. You can start locating where wood bees, they start drilling into your wood. You want to place those areas. Get it replaced. Go and put a new color stain on it so it look brand new again. And the stain actually protects it. So after you pressure wash it, give it a day to dry, come back and put your stain on it. And it actually increases the life of your deck. A lot of people just stay there and just let it do what it do until it just rotten and decayed. But doing small things like that, it'll last a lot longer. Some things like that to get it ready. For the most part, that's about it to get started.
Hey, let me say this right quick, because my plumber told me because I was gonna get a trash what do you call that thing? Disposal. He's like, don't get them because eventually it's gonna mess up everything. You better off getting one of those little drain things or go to T-Mobile. You can get something when you got leftover food, put in the trash and take it out. It won't mess up. It won't mess up none of your piping. It ain't having a garbage disposal ain't the convenience that we think it is in the long run, because you got to do a lot of maintenance to it. And if you know you're not that type of person, don't keep getting stuff that needs true maintaining. Sure. He was telling you a lot of stuff, and I would tell you a lot of stuff you need to do twice a year. Just make a day out of it. Change the stuff he's telling you. However you do it. I do mine with the time change because it's easy for me to remember. I change all the batteries and the fire and the smoke detectors. I change when it's time to change the clocks. I just start changing everything. I change all my fields. I change everything because it's easy for me. It's easy to remember. But most of the stuff does need to be changed twice a year, especially your AC unit filters. And depending on how much you use, some of y'all need to be changed quarterly, even monthly. If you live on them, and it ain't nothing to go down there and check. But like I said, it's one of them things where people don't, with their biggest investment, they not really good investors because you're not checking on your own property. Because keeping a good filter will keep the AC guy away from you. Because he's gonna charge you $200 to come change that filter when it don't take but 6 minutes. It don't take but 6 minutes. And a cheap thing to do really is those swimming pool little styrofoam things. Man, go get some of them and put them on your pipes on your AC. Put them on all your pipes and just keep them on there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing in the summertime, but when the wintertime hit, it's already protected. You ain't gotta buy no special tubing. You can the same ones you use in the pool, they'll do the trick.
Pool noodles.
Yeah, but just get used to doing it. Like I said, I do it with the time change because it's just an automatic reminder.
That's a good way.
You should also, depending on what kind of septic system you got, have somebody come out there and clean your septic tank or check your water, make sure everything's still going smooth. It seems like it's a pain in the butt, and it seems like it's a waste of money, but it's better to have somebody maintaining it than to have somebody come fix it. Because when they come fix it, all them little payments that you would have been maintaining, they don't compare. It's $10,000 to fix it. It's $300 a year to maintain it. It's like, man, I don't want to spend the $300. Go okay, go on and get it fixed and see what happens. Go on and get it fixed, player.
You definitely want to spend that $10,000. But yeah, those are the things, man. And if you want to do any upgrades and repairs to get you, whatever you want to do, start now budgeting. Go on to get your quotes. I always tell people get 3 quotes. At minimum 3. Because you're going to have the high, you're going to have crackhead prices, and then you're going to get somebody that may fit into your budget. I tell people all the time, although I do home renovations, I tell them I'm not in everybody's budget. And I understand that. But understand that sometimes you are going to get what you pay for. Be mindful of who you're dealing with. Try to get a referral. Let somebody somebody that knows somebody. Referrals are a little bit better because at least they've done work for somebody that almost can vouch for them. 95% of my work is referral, which is good. That's good. So when I come and I give you my price, at least somebody can say, well, hey, he did do this. And he did a great job or whatnot. Because I know it comes down to get tricky, and I know a lot of scammers out there. When people want to do home repairs and things of that nature, and we get into a point where we think that we shouldn't put any money up front, no money down, for somebody to start doing work. I get it. You don't want to take that chance, taking that loss, but on the contracting side, we don't get any money. We spend money on material. We start working, and you decide that, hey, I don't want to pay. So it's a two-way street. So find somebody that you can trust. Like I say, a reliable referral is always good. But it's time. You want to do all these things for the summer. You want to get your yard looking nice and all that type of stuff. So go on and start planning now, and it'll have it in the budget. So when the spring hit, you can be ready or whatever you got, So just a few things.
Yeah. Let me just add this because, Mark, you said something pretty key. You said this is something I do anyway. I just over experience in time, I learned to do it. But get 3 quotes. That's for anything. I'm talking about auto insurance. I'm talking about repair work. I'm talking about your car work. It don't matter what it is. Get 3, man, because like Mark said, they're gonna all vary. And here's the other thing that I just add. I know Mark was alluding to this, but I'll just add this. But when you get 3 quotes, you also get to assess the 3 levels of the professionalism and work that they'll do. So that's why you don't just get the first dude or whatever. You gotta go ahead and do a survey, right? So you get the best work done. And like you said, those reviews, man. Talk to if they got people who used them before. Key stuff. So all right, so I'll jump in. I want to talk about a couple things here, and I'll probably ask you gentlemen a few things, but I want to talk about the benefits of taking a self-assessment and the benefits of taking a skills assessment. So the benefit of taking a self-assessment, let's start with that, because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of us walking around here, we don't really know who we are. And I'm saying that because a lot of us are just being, right? You just are who you are, but you don't really understand yourself. And you do certain things a certain way just because that's how you are. But are you really clear on why you're that way? Are you really clear on what that way is? Right. So, and I'm telling you this out of experience because I took one. And it's not a thing where you take it to find out if you're right or wrong about how you are. It's a thing that you take to find out how you are, so you can manage your life towards your strengths. Because some of the stuff gonna come back, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I do that. Oh yeah. And so this is why. Okay, so I gotta figure something out there. But then there's some other stuff that says, oh yeah, I do that, and it serves me well. And you say, oh, I'm gonna keep doing that. So the benefit of taking a self-assessment will tell you who you are. And I know a lot of people. I know everybody watching. Probably, I know who I am. I know who I am. I guarantee you don't. I guarantee you don't until you see it in writing, and then once you see it in writing, you take this assessment, and it tells you, okay, this is the type of person you are. These are the things you do. This is why you do it. Once you see that, then you be like, now it makes sense. DVP, you ever take a skills assessment, a self-assessment?
Because I'm like most of them other people. I'm scared what I'm gonna find out. That's what they don't want to know, bro. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. I don't know why you trying to get these folk in control, player. Ain't nothing worse than finding out the truth about you. You've been lying to yourself. All this time I thought I was a good guy, but this damn assessment thing say I'm a fucking psychopath. I'm not taking none of them. None of them.
You ever take one, Mark? You ever take one, Mark?
I haven't taken one. But I do understand when you say that it helps you realize who you is and working your strengths. That's always a plus.
Yeah.
So and yours gonna tell you a car thief
too. Oh, go ahead, DVP. What'd you say?
I said Mark's gonna tell him he's a car thief, so I don't need him to take one.
Hey, quick pause for a hot second. Then we get back to it. Hey, DVP, I think with the changing of StreamYard, you may have to reconnect it to your Facebook.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we were doing earlier because we was trying to figure out he gonna get with you so we can put your page on it. But yeah, because the only thing it's connecting to is his stuff. What's connecting to YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
And then connect to none of my stuff.
But yeah,
and maybe that's what they're trying to stop. Maybe they're trying to stop people combining it and using multiple pages. Who knows?
Who knows?
So
well, I can say this: it's live on my page. I just did that reconnecting and sharing. It's live on my page.
Oh, okay.
So, but back to it. I hadn't did an assessment, but I can see identifying my strengths and try to work to them and working on my weaknesses. So I would, if you got it, a link for it, I would love to take it and see.
So let me ask you this, Mark. What do you think it was accurate?
I said I hadn't took one, but I would love to take one.
Oh, you haven't taken one. Okay.
I hadn't taken one, but I would love to take one so I can see my strengths and weaknesses. Like I say, I can build and work on my weaknesses and continue to build on my strengths.
Well, so here's the other part though. This other part, and DVP said he don't want to take it, so this he might be in trouble because here's the thing. The other part is this: it tells you who you are, and it also in a couple spaces though, in the professional space and in your personal space. So relationship wise, right? You'll understand why you do certain things. And then professional wise, you'll understand why you do certain things. It breaks it down into those categories because we both have, we all have two social spaces, right? You got your professional social space and you got your personal social space. And so you need to know, how I do certain things in my personal social space and how I do things in my professional social space. They should be different as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not, you all right, DVP? You good, man? They coming for you? Oh, okay. But yeah. So
hey man, you hit a shooter or something? What happened?
You all right, man? You good? Spider?
You hit a shooter?
Something wrong with y'all for real.
So in your so I'm personally, I guess maybe everybody not like me, but I'm a different person in my personal social space and my professional social space. And I do that deliberately because there's certain things that I'll tolerate in my professional social space that I won't tolerate in personal social space and vice versa. And I think we gotta kind of have we gotta kind of live two lives, deliberately, just so we can be the best person we can be in all those different spaces. Because when you're in a lot of different spaces, you need to apply yourself differently, right? Because I can, but I can't just be Mo the I ain't gonna say because this is not a show where I can say
a safe space. This is a
the
safe space, Mo.
The N word at work. I'm not gonna do that because that's how I feel. I'm comfortable in that space, but when I go to work, I'm cognizant that I can't do that, right? Because I want to keep my job and I want to maintain those fake relationships that I have there. But then in my social space, I'm who I am. People accept me or not. But so the thing with this self-assessment is it'll let you know who you are. And then also, like I was saying, with relationships, you'll see traits that transcend into your relationship. You know what I mean? So you see, like, oh, that's why I can never apologize to her. Because that's me, man. I'm the dude. I struggled with that for a while. Apologizing, that's a weakness of mine. I can't do it, or I wasn't able to do it. And when you get an assessment of something, it'll explain to you why you're like that, what's the reasoning, and then you can kind of think about it yourself. You still might need to get some psychological help to figure that part out. I don't know, but at least you'll understand that there's a reason for how you are and why you are. Okay. And then the other thing I want to talk about was a skills assessment. So this here, I recommend. I mean, all of our little brothers and sisters, 16 years old, they start around 16. You can do them around 16 because that's when you have enough traits for this thing to be accurate, for a skills assessment to be accurate. Before then, you don't got no data, man. You don't know nothing. You don't have no preferences, right? So you can start at 16. I'm saying maybe wait till about 18, right? Sometimes that's too late though, because some of us come from the hood, man. We need to know at 16, listen, bro, you need to do X, Y, and Z. But if you can wait to 18, it'll be more accurate. And the skills assessment will give you an idea of where your strengths lie, right? Okay, so all of us ain't built to be doctors. All of us ain't built to be police officers. All of us ain't built to be carpenters. All of us ain't built to work in a grocery store and serve people. All right. So this thing will tell you, listen, man, for if you wanna get into a space that's gonna serve you best, this is where your strengths lie. Right. Because I saw mine, and now I understand why I was able to do certain things. Like, so I just give you an example. That way you can kind of consider taking a skills assessment. But mine said I was able to flex between essentially professional environment and non-professional environments. Everybody can't do that. I can flex between them though. And I do it though without being a sellout. I'm gonna just use that word. I don't know what else to tell you. All right. But I do it without being a sellout. I'm real. Whatever space I'm in, I'm real. If I'm in the corporate space, you're gonna get the real Mo. But I do it in a way where I'm not gonna lose my job and I'm gonna be able to work with people. And then in the social space, I'm just me. I just do me. You're gonna get full me. But this skills assessment will give you an idea of where you want to move in life, right? If you're an 18-year-old and you don't even know what you want to do yet in life, but you take the skills assessment and says, man, you good with your hands. All right. Now you got a trajectory, right? Or if it says, man, you good solving problems. Maybe you want to go into something that does problem solving, like a computer engineering job or, something else.
So if you're good with your hands, that means you should go around just slapping people?
The boxing, whatever, fighting, kickboxing, yeah. Hey,
MMA.
That's it. Yeah.
No, that's your hands and your feet. You don't want to mess around and fall because you can't dance. So it's just you go with your hands, not your feet. So just stick to slapping people.
Yeah, that's it, man. So yeah, these things will give you some guidance on where you need to go, because I can tell you right now. I'm gonna ask you, brothers, but I can tell you right now, I found out the hard way which path I needed to go. And even then, when I found out which path I was gonna pursue, even then, some of them that I pursued were the wrong ones. So I wasted my time. Not necessarily, you always gain something out of going down the path, right? You get some kind of skills that you can take with you. So I did that a few times, and then I finally found something that I was excited about doing. I enjoyed, and the challenge was so difficult that I was like, I can't let this stop me. So I pursued that. And so that's kind of how I ended up finding my path. Not ideal, but I'm guessing even Mark and DVP, y'all kind of found out your strengths and weaknesses based on trial and error as well. Would I be right about that?
I definitely found mine through trial and error. I do vaguely remember taking like a skills assessment in high school, but I don't remember my counselor really pushing it, pushed me in that direction. I don't remember what it was, but I do vaguely remember taking a skills test. But for me to get where I am, I started out just working average jobs. Then when Y2K hit, it's gonna be plenty of money working on computers because of Y2K. So I went to school to be a computer tech. I was like, okay, cool. Went to school, got out of school, realized I hated working on computers. I hated it. Went to school because, it's plenty of money in it. It's gonna be money. Got out of school and hated it. It was like miserable. Man, I don't feel like going to work today. Man, I can't wait to get off. Man, I'm tired of looking at this computer. So it was like, so what I'm gonna do? I took a job which paid less money. But at the time, we talking 90, maybe 99, right at 2000, because right there in Y2K. So we probably in the 2000 now. And I was supposed to been going into people's homes connecting wireless routers. So I'm like, okay, cool. Took the job, show up for the first day. They say, hey, we ain't got no work. We ain't got no work in that picture. I like quit my job to come over here. So what they said, well, what we'll do is learn the telecommunication side, install a phone system, learn that side of the business. And then when we get work on the other side, we'll just transfer you over. So I did it for about a year. Position never came open and the company ended up closing down. But I learned then that I enjoyed telecommunications.
Mm-hmm.
So did that, went and found another telecommunication job. Loved telecommunication, like I love this. But when that company closed down, now I'm stuck again. So in 2 years, I've been laid off because company closed. So I ended up working with my dad. He's an electrician. So I started working with him. Then I learned the electrical side. Then it just took off from there. So I bounced between telecommunication and electrical work since 2001. Then once I started taking electrical serious and started doing more of it, like, you know what, I enjoy this. And then when the pandemic hit, everybody kept asking me, do I do everything else? Do you do floors? Do you do this? Do you do this? I had a skill set to do it. So I just started saying, yeah, I do it. And then I was going in. I was doing it. And then then I got contractors. From me doing all these electrical jobs, I'm on job sites with all kind of contractors. So I started getting the contractors information. So now I'm to a point now, I still do it, but I got contractors doing most of the work for me. But I still love doing what I do. So I had to bounce around until I figured it out.
Well, there's and that's so just while it's on my mind before I forget, but there's a transitional point for every job, right? You're not laying wires. You start off laying wires, but then you end up telling somebody how to lay wires, and it goes from there. So there's always a transitional point, right? And so I'll say, and so Mark, your story is a good story to kind of leverage, because I personally changed paths 5 times. I thought I was headed to do something that I wanted to do, and the universe had other plans for me. It said, no, that's done. You know what I mean? The guy closed the company. All right, what I'm doing next? And so I just kept floating, man, until I found something that was stable and where I could earn a living. So that was that. So yeah, I changed paths about 5 times. But this skills assessment will at least give you an idea of, you can start. It's a good place to start, because it gives you an idea of what you are good at, right? Just intrinsically, you ain't got to try. You know how we see these people that could do Rubik's cubes. Some of them they never read no manual on how to do that. They just do it, right? And so that's the same thing. We all got that in us. Maybe DVP got that for, DVP was a cop. Maybe he got that into it. That's normal. That's in him, right? All the traits. Go ahead.
I think one of the things that we got to realize with them assessments, and I think y'all both touching on it, and y'all don't realize what you're saying. There's a difference between what you're good at and what you like doing, and you got to find that happy medium, because there are a lot of things we're good at, but we hate them. Where are you in life? Do you need to make the money regardless, or do you? It's kind of like in retirement. Now that I'm retired, I do what I want to do. But when I needed to pay bills, I do that. As my dad said, do what you have to so you can do what you want to. And the skills assessment, you may be good at this, but is it something that pays? Is it something that pays well / regularly? Because if it don't, a lot of people, you see everybody now, everybody either want to be a real estate agent or make their own jewelry. Okay, but being a real estate agent costs you money. Making your own jewelry, how much jewelry you plan on making? Because if you just making waist beads and costume jewelry, you got to make a shitload to survive, unless you're doing it as an offshoot, or you got a good support system. So sometimes when we do that, I had to tell one of my kids, dude, don't nobody give a fuck if you like a job. You got kids now. You need something that pays, man. But I don't enjoy it, dude. That's why they call them jobs. You're not supposed to enjoy it. You enjoy your hobbies, but hobbies got this little thing. Hobbies don't pay most of the time. So yeah, in a perfect world, we would all get something that we enjoy doing. But if we're being honest, we need to find something that pays us well so that we can enjoy other stuff. And and that's the whole thing I think that we got to get ahead of, because we take the ASVAB in 11th and 12th grade in most high schools before you go to the military. And it tells you what you're good for in their world. But again, we're talking about what you're naturally good at based on what you know. Because who's born as just a natural astrophysicist? You got to take some classes and you got to have some pushing and prod. I found out I was good at electrical work when I started doing maintenance with the maintenance man, because I was bored in the hood. So I just started riding around him. But before that, I didn't have it. I didn't know nothing about it. And once I got shot that first time, I didn't have no more interest in it. I just nope. Yeah, all it took was that one spark. My black head's like, I don't want to deal with no more. I don't want to deal with no more electricity. I could live in the hood from now on.
Enough of that.
I was scared to jump cars for the longest, because I'm like, I don't want to do nothing that involves touching the battery directly no more. If it ain't a little bit of battery, one of these, AAAs or something like, if it's bigger than that, I don't want to touch it. These are the only things I'm touching. If they connected to something, I'm not touching them either. Ain't nothing like your little electricity to let you know you ain't shit. Ain't nothing like that. You realize quickly. So yeah, but knowing what you're good at versus what you like doing, knowing to pay, even like with the computer stuff, and I got friends who are good at computers. And big picture, you can keep chasing the money, or you can get with a company where you can get benefits. Because people doing computers, they can make good money and they keep bouncing. They're learning this system, they're going to the highest bidder. But unless you're saving a lot of money for retirement, you're going to be working forever. When can you just stop saying, I want to do this no more? Because, and these are things that I think when we having the real conversation, we actually do start need to talking about, okay, well, if you work 20, 25 years, then what? What's going to happen? Because you don't want to start working at 22, 30 years later, you're 52, and I ask you about your retirement, and you looking like, well, damn, I ain't got nothing. So you've been working 30 years for nothing. You've been living moment to moment to moment. So now you got to work 30 more years because you ain't got nothing saved up. You might have $10,000, $15,000 in savings, but your mortgage is $3,000. So your $15,000 ain't gonna last you for 5 months.
Yeah.
So then what you gonna do?
That's what all come into the play.
I was getting ready. It's a fact, man, because I was getting ready to tell you, man, DVP changed the subject to that. And I'm gonna tell you this. There's certain things you have to do to prepare for I'm gonna say, I know Mark's still working, me and DVP's time. There's certain things you have to do, to make sure you're ready for when that time comes. When you not working no more, it scared the hell. I'm gonna tell you, it scared the hell out of me. I'm like, it doesn't even make sense. I'm not working, but I'm gonna be able to make money and live. It doesn't even compute, man. DVP, did you go through this?
But because when I stopped, I came with a retirement. It was just, what am I going to do now? But I had a company, so I got to devote more time to my company, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
When you get on this process, and this is what I tell you about it, get a job that pay you good, that's going to give you some benefits. While you're doing that, start developing you something that you like doing. So when this one ends, you can merge into doing something that you like. But the money's still there. That's why I said people can call me now. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. I don't care how much money they offer me because I'm paid now. But when you ain't got that, you don't have, I hear people ask, and I don't want to do this. How much money you got saved up? You don't want to do this, but you want to borrow $200 from me. See, that don't make sense. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
So you got to do some things, and we'll talk about another show. But even when you become an independent contractor, and this is where Mo comes in, because he's gonna tell you about the stocks and stuff. But I'm telling you, you need to set up a high yield savings account. One, to pay your own taxes, but two, just so you can set up a retirement account. Look into some of these IRAs, figure out which one. Talk to your tax people, talk to your finance people, see which one works better for you, so that you can have a plan, so that you don't have to work one day. And I'm gonna twist it because I'm in the stock market, but the stock market don't run my life. I got some other things that's gonna pay me regardless, and I pay into them just cause they got a high yield. But again, like what Mark started talking about, these are things you got to pay attention to. Even with the stock, these are things you got to pay attention to. You got to know when it's time to hold them, when it's time to fold them, or buy some more. Because you can't just sit it there forever and just let it and just hope it's gonna keep doing the right thing. Sometimes you got to say bye to it.
Yeah, and that's there's kind of I look at it like there's a financial portfolio process that you have to be aware of, because I know I didn't know it. I had to learn it on the fly. But there's a financial portfolio process you have to know of when you are headed into retirement. Because I'm just all I do is my money is coming from investments now. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm retired. So once you retire, you don't work, you ain't got no income. So it's all out. Everything going out unless you got something else going on. So it's prep time to you got to prepare for that. It don't just happen overnight automatically. But you got to prepare for that. So that's it, DVP. I'm gonna stop there, man.
I don't need to stop, bro. I don't need to stop. Y'all doing good.
And since you right now, go on and tell us about the NASDAQ. Explain that to us, since we don't say it. We're into talking about money.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Ask any question you want. So the NASDAQ is called an index. All right. So this is how it works. They got these things called indexes, right? There's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. That's an index. The NASDAQ, that's an index. So what are those? So what those are a compilation of companies that they use as a baseline to tell you how the whole world is well, not the world. Let's just say the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. Those are indexes that they use in the United States. All right. So if we're saying, oh, how's a country doing? Right? They're gonna look at those. They're gonna look at the Dow Jones first, or I won't say first. They're gonna look at the Dow Jones and say, oh, the Dow Jones is X, Y, and Z, and based on the number, they know based on the number what it typically is. They're gonna know whether it's high or low, and if it's higher, stocks, the country's doing well. If it's lower, the country's not doing so well. So the NASDAQ is the exact same thing. It's a bunch of companies, and they look at them as an index, and they say, hey, how's the NASDAQ doing? Oh, so that group of companies, they're doing well, or that group of companies not doing so great, and so that's what that's all about. So they got a couple of indexes that they look at just for that purpose, because it's almost like the way I look at it is like this. I got this in my training course. Think about it this way: Chicago Bulls, right? Let's think about a time when Michael Jordan played for the Chicago Bulls, right? Michael Jordan was the NASDAQ, or he was the Dow Jones, because think about it this way. If Michael Jordan playing good, guess what? You could assume the team is winning, right? He playing good, you can assume the team is winning, right? If Michael Jordan playing bad, you're pretty sure the team is losing, Exact same thing. Exact same concept. More questions.
Okay.
I love that.
What does NASDAQ stand for?
It's man, DVP. Why you hit me with that, man? Oh man, I know that. But
let me look it up right quick. I'm gonna take some of the pressure off you, brother.
Here it is. NAS.
Niggas ain't
NAS,
doing absolutely shit.
It's NASDAQ. That's NASDAQ.
Oh, Q.
What you say, sir?
So while you research that, do you know about how many companies in the NASDAQ? I know you say 20 is in the Dow, but
how many what?
do we have an index of how many companies are in did they use to do the NASDAQ?
Well, so they usually got about somewhere between, I'll say 20 and 50 companies in the Dow. It's there's 30 of them. In the NASDAQ, okay. I'm not sure. I don't follow it that much, so I'm not sure. But I guarantee it's between that number. But yeah, so I could tell you DVP. So it's NASDAQ. The last three are data acquisition quotes. Okay, the first three I forgot, man, because systems. S is systems. A
North American.
Yeah, North American Systems Data Acquisitions. Quotes. I didn't make it up. Somebody made it up, man. So that's all I can say. So it's abbreviation for all that crap. It's related to how they used to do stocks in the old days, but they kept the name. That's all.
Cool. Thanks for the information, Mo.
Yes, sir.
And you know, so go ahead, Mark.
I was going to ask, I know we talked about there was a third one. If you just tell me what it is. I think last time you said it was three of them.
3 indexes?
It's NASDAQ, the Dow, the New York Stock Exchange.
That's it. NYSE, okay. NASDAQ, and the Dow.
Okay.
But so just to be clear, the New York Stock Exchange is not really an index. It's an exchange. That's why it says E. That's why it has exchange. It's a place. It's where you go to make trades. So y'all all know in New York, right? There's a big old building. That's where all these dudes go to make trades. New York Stock Exchange.
Okay. Cool.
Or DVP, did you find something different?
No. Hey man, that's your area, brother. That's your area.
Your research, man. So
hey man, Mark. At the beginning of the show, didn't I say this was me today? I ain't cooperating with shit. Yeah. I'm straight heat today. I gave y'all the disclaimer at the beginning of the show. I'm just straight heat today. I'm still hot. I'm still hot.
He's simmering over there.
So that's what that is. So anyway, what I encourage everybody to do, whether you end up doing this or not, you can take it from me, you can take it from anywhere, but learn the basics of investing. It's a real principle of our world. It's how our world operates, and you can't get away from it. I don't care what you do. If you're working, I can guarantee you right now, Mark, I can guarantee you got money in stocks. You probably don't know it, but you do. Want me to tell you how? I know you do. You ever had a job?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What your job does, they take you ever put money in like a 401k or anything of that nature?
Mm-hmm.
So what a 401k is, your job is going to take that money. They take that money, you put it in the 401k, they take that money and they invest it. So they invest it for you, right? And that money, so this is kind of messed up, but I gotta tell people how it works. What happens is this. They told Mark, they said, Mark, put your money in this 401k account for company X. All right. Mark said, yeah, man, that's a good thing because, later on I'm going to get a return. So they took your money, they invested into stocks. All right. Whatever kind of stocks they want, stocks, bonds, whatever, they invested. And then they get a return. And let's say the return is, I'm going to make it up. Let's say the return is 40%. Mark, you're getting 5%. Here you go, Mark. And Mark's happy. Mark's like, ooh, I put this money. All I did was give him my money and I got 5% back. Yay. Okay, Mark, you could have done that yourself, man, and made, it made more than that. But there's risk associated with that. So they took the risk and all that because they got to give, the stuff you're getting back from the company is guaranteed. There's no loss. They guarantee it. But for you, there's no guarantee, but you'll get more if you're successful. But you got to assess the risk and all that, and that's what I kind of help people figure out. Go ahead, DVP. You had a question?
No, sir.
Oh, I thought I saw you. So that's what it is, Mark.
Okay. That I can see that. Like you said, they take the risk, so they want the bigger piece of the pie.
Yeah, right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, they are. Yeah, you're right. They're taking the risk because they guarantee your money. Your money back. So, and that's like you can think of that like a CD. When you give your money, and this is why you got to have your money invested like a lot of different spaces. Have a CD, have some stocks, have a little side business, all this stuff. Have all these different things going on because you wanna be able to make money. One of them is going to make money, one's going to lose money, whatever. I could tell you. I'll give you a good example of what I did and why it didn't impact me that much. I'll just do this and then I'm done. But y'all remember when the housing market crashed, right, in 2008? So
yes,
when that happened, I actually ended up losing. I walked away from my house because it was crazy, man. The value of the house dropped 50%, and they wanted the same mortgage money. I'm like, y'all on drugs. I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving. But the point is, so I lost the whole house, but I also had money invested, and I didn't have it invested in real estate because real estate was getting slammed. That's why I had to leave this house because real estate got slammed. But I had money invested in other spaces, in other things like technology, commodities, whatever it is. I had them invested in other spaces. So while it was bad that I lost the whole house, I did make some of the money back. So that's why you got to it's called diversification. That's why you got to diversify. Don't put all your money in one thing. You know what I'm saying? People like, I'm going to buy gold. Okay, that's fine. Buy gold. But come over here and buy and get some McDonald's stock. Go over there and get you some, buy these Fenty stock. These girls, the women like this stuff. Buy Fenty stock. Diversify it. So that way, some going to go up, some going to go down. And that's the way that's why you make sure that in the end you don't lose everything, and you on the law of averages you'll make money.
Okay, I know Fred Sanford had invested in a lot of commodities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
he had all that junk in the junkyard talking about those commodities.
He did.
But I've heard the term diversify quite a few times. So I definitely understand that part because basically you don't want to put all your apples in one barrel.
Yeah, man, I got a bad example, but I don't want to mess up DVP show, but I can give you a bad example. You want a bad example? Want a bad example, DVP?
Hey, man, go ahead.
You're in the club. It's 2:30. Yeah, there you go. You banging in the club. It's 2:30. 5 girls you've been gaming on. All right. Are you gonna just now focus on just one, or you gonna try to look? I'm interested, and take your chances on getting one.
How close they sitting each other?
No, they away from each other, man.
Oh yeah, we shooting shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the same idea with stocks. Same idea with stocks, man. Buy 5, 1 do good. If 4 do bad and 1 do really good, no worries. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you good.
Hey, man. All right, I got a question for y'all.
I got an answer for you.
What the fuck does agree to disagree mean?
Agree to
disagree. Don't that mean there's got to be because how do we what fact can we disagree on? You know what I'm saying? Whenever I see that statement, I always ask the question, what are we agreeing to disagree on? Because we're not talking about right or wrong. If we're debating whether or not it's Wednesday, June the 28th at 7:11, if you're debating it's 7:10 or 7:12, there's nothing for us to agree to disagree on. That's the amount of minutia. But if one of us want to say it's Thursday and we all in Atlanta, or it's Halloween, what are we agreeing to disagree on? Are we agreeing to what? Because we're not agreeing to disagree that you're stupid. What are we agreeing to? I hate when I see that stuff. It just
so
I wrote it down because that was what got me hot. We're gonna agree to disagree. What are we disagreeing on?
Agreeing to disagree is based on opinions. We have two different opinions. You're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind. But we agree that we just going to disagree on this specific topic.
On opinions.
Okay,
right.
So it's not specific like days. I'll get to argue with somebody and be like, to me, the beautiful food is mediocre at best. But it's somebody like, this is the best soul food they done had in their whole life. So no, I had the greens. It wasn't that good. Man, excuse me. Them collard greens the best. We gonna agree to disagree on this one.
Okay, and I have to stop you on that one because if that's what y'all agreeing to disagree on, then you being way too kind because they're clearly because the food sucks. It ain't even mediocre at best. It's bad at best. It's bad at best.
So look.
The fact that you ain't never got to wait to get your food is a clear indicator that it is not good. You ain't never go there and got to wait on shit because ain't nobody else in line.
Yep. So I'll say this: people like to use that when there's not really provable facts, right? So if I say, for example, if I said, Mark, I'm gonna shoot you with this gun in the heart 5 times. And I'm gonna say, DVP, you're guaranteed to die. DVP can't say agree to disagree because it's gonna happen, right? Mm-hmm. So that's something I could prove, right? But these other facts where people, I don't know, debatable facts where people like to use that because it's not facts. My bad. DVP used the right word. It's opinions, right? These are these opinions, and when it's opinions, yeah, you can agree to disagree on an opinion because guess what? Me and you got different opinions. Because if I said that girl look fly, DVP say, nah, she mugly, bro. That could be true for him. You know what I mean? I can't.
But how do we do it with facts? See, the fact is that 47 is the president of the United States. Like it or not, that's not debatable.
Not at all.
For you to say he ain't my president, see, there's not supposed to. Only thing we can agree to disagree on is how stupid you are. Because if you're a United States citizen, then he's your president. There's no getting around that. I didn't vote for him. Well, that's not how it works, stupid. So we can agree to disagree that one of us is extremely stupid, but we can't agree to disagree on who the president is.
Right.
So it's like,
I agree.
When you say this, just say that your emotional argument lacks any substance. But we're not. Because I'm not going to co-sign on us agreeing to disagree because there's nothing for us to disagree on. I gave you a fact. You didn't like my fact. You want to say, we'll agree to disagree. There's nothing. There's nothing to agree or disagree on with facts. There's nothing.
No.
Nothing.
They're using it out of context.
Because they use it because they punked. You know, we can't. There's not. The Patriots won the Super Bowl against the Pigeons. Oh, we'll agree to disagree. They ain't lose. The Pigeons lost the game. The Patriots didn't win. The fuck are you really? They gave it to him. Okay, so even when they gave it to him, what happened at the end of the day? The trophy goes to the winner. It doesn't go to the non-loser. At the end, it says the winner is. There's nothing that says the non-loser. It says the winner is. These are.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, that's such a. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that's such a bitch statement.
No, listen, you need to be disrespectful on that because what that does, that just causes confusion. And if there's young people listening, you know, they're getting confused and the facts are all screwed up, and you know, you just causing chaos with all that, you know. Let's just be real about it. You know,
Yeah, you can't-
that's so I hate to speak ill of the dead, but that's one of the things Charlie Kirk did. He said a lot of stuff that was not actual facts, you know.
Right.
And you know, regardless how he ended up, he was saying stuff that was kind of opinion based, not actual facts. And then he would take the data that it did exist for those particular facts and skew it. So, and I know that because I wrote a book on policing in America and black people killing black people and white people killing white people, and I know the data set. And the stuff he said was not anything that I researched and found. Nothing. So there goes the good, the bad, and the blue right there.
Get the book.
Now, if I want to debate more on that topic right there, what I would say is Charlie Kirk said some truth when he talked about transgenders. And when I say that is and that's about the only time I really agreed with him, to be honest. He tell him,
but
what's a woman? What's a man? Let's be specific about this. And it was basically talking to transgenders. I agree with that. A lot of the other stuff, I didn't agree with. But
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, DDP. But we can
say something that's true, but they put it in the middle of hate. Hitler said a lot of true shit. And if we're being honest, if you look at it for what it's worth, some of the shit Hitler said and some of the shit Malcolm and Martin were saying were the exact same things. It was about improving their race, except Hitler wanted to kill other races. But Hitler thought his race was the best. Ain't that what Malcolm and Martin kept trying to get us to see? There was no difference other than how the what they put around it. Your president has done a couple of good things. I can't sit there and say he's done nothing good. He's done a couple of good things. They don't compare to the bad he's done. So, you know, so he the worst president ever. I'm not going to debate you on that. But when you say he ain't done nothing for us, I got to debate you because he has. He has actually even done a couple of good things for black people. I think it was by accident, but you can't deny the truth. Even if de facto, he made us become more politically savvy. He made us start hanging together a little bit more. Was it by design? Probably not. But some of the shit he did, because hell, truth be told, as far as I know, a lot of people didn't know nothing about Juneteenth. He said something about it when he came the first time. Because it wasn't a bunch of Juneteenth celebrations that I knew about. When he said something about it, everybody started talking about it. Now people say, "Oh, I knew about it before." Okay, well, what was you doing for it? Because if I go back and look on your timeline, I don't see shit. So I'm gonna give him credit. He helped promote that. Against it probably wasn't trying to, but that's not the issue. The issue is he has done some good things. And you know, but at a point we have to be honest, even when we don't like it. Because that's the only way you can keep your credibility.
Yeah.
No, it's like doing this damn show. People will say stuff to me, and I'm sitting here, and I hate doing it from my laptop. I like doing it from my desktop because I got other monitors. I can pop up another monitor and see what's going on and say something. Other than that, I'm speaking on opinion. And clearly, we're going to have things that we have opinions on. But when we start speaking fact, we need to make sure that we got something that we can back it up with. Because when people say, well, where'd you get that from? I want to be able to tell them. And I'm not going to tell them some damn YouTube page or some Wikipedia shit. If colleges don't accept it, because anybody can contribute to Wikipedia. Anybody, you know, somebody says, "Oh, go look at this. Go look at this YouTube page. They give out everything." Dude, if you look hard enough on YouTube, you can find people on YouTube who say the world is a square. It's not verifiable just because somebody said it. Where are the facts? Where are the facts? When Moby asking me shit, I have to sit around and tell people about the law. I can show where he's at because I know what the Constitution says, and I teach this. You know, people want to say, "Oh, the police can come you out." They do it. No, they can't. It's only 4 times. It's only 4 times. That's it. Don't matter what state you're in. I ain't even got to look up your state. This is what I know. I teach constitutional law. I teach it. People say, "Oh, I don't have a concealed weapon license." Why do you need a concealed weapon license? Because they said I gotta have one. Did you read the Constitution where it says you have the right to bear arms? It don't say nothing about if you get a license from your state. Nothing. You know why you need a driver's license? Because the Constitution don't cover a driver's license, so the state can control them and make you pay for them. But you gotta read. You gotta read. When don't you have the right to bear arms? When you're a convicted felon. You don't. Now, other states say you can't carry them anywhere, but even in New York, you can have a gun in your home. Can't take it nowhere else. Now, New York play loose and hard with the law. They want you to get all this stuff, but that's just because they want them registered. Which to me, I ain't even got no problem with. I think every gun should be registered, but there's no state law that can override the United States Constitution. There's nothing to agree to disagree on. That's why we don't have a right to vote. There's nothing to disagree on that. We don't have the right to vote. It's an act. When it expires, depending on who push it, because I think that's one of the things he's going to push next, but I ain't going to get into politics right now. But we don't have a right to vote. I forgot what year it expired, but the Voting Rights Act is about to expire sometime soon. Then what we're going to do? While we sitting around bitching about we want reparations and we want this and that, what that mean? When you ain't got a right to vote.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing. That's when a lot of people who don't vote gonna be like, I needed my rights so I can vote.
Right. So you basically telling me I ain't gonna get my 40 acres on a mule.
You're gonna get to work 40 acres with a mule.
Man, hey, it's in the mail, Mark. That's in the mail, man. Your 40 acres, the certificate's in the mail, man.
I want my 40 acres on a mule. But yeah, I just think that, like I say, a lot of times people use that term, they want to debate facts. You can't debate facts. Facts are just that, they're facts. Right.
It's a
different agreeing to disagree is based solely on opinions.
So I learned this from these real smart people, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Fact is a provable point. A point that you can prove is provable. It's not something that you can debate about. You can prove it, right? If somebody come in the room and shoot me in the head, I'm gonna probably die. Shoot me in the head 10 times, I'm dying, right? That's a provable fact. So bullets in the head would kill you. Okay, so that's something you can prove, and that's what it is.
You're definitely gonna be damaged.
Yeah, very damaged.
Okay, so
and just for shits and giggles, the Voting Rights Act expires in 2031. So we got 5 years left.
5 years. So can you argue? Can you debate the moon landing?
Well, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you can debate anything, but do you have factual data? So and that's what people keep wanting to say, oh, they could have did this, they could have did that. Well, hell, if we're going to go that far, then how we know we ain't reality shows for another alien race? Do we know that we really exist?
Well,
none of us witnessed our own birth. So do we factually know that our parents are our parents?
In the Truman Show.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do we factually know our parents are our parents? Do we know this as a fact?
No.
Somebody told us that shit.
No.
Probably them people who kept feeding us. They told us that shit, and we just bit the apple and said, okay, I'll go for it. But hell, how many times have we seen cases where people found out they were switched at birth? So it ain't but one in every 10, 20 million. But what if us three just happen to be, I'm 20 million, Mo 40 million, Mark you 60 million? Well, damn, our whole reality is shook. Because in theory, there are lots of things that we have to take as fact that we can't prove. In Alaska, they got what? What was Alaska had? Mo, you probably know this. Where they got 7 days of daylight or something like that?
Oh yeah, I don't know the number, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's something where they don't get no darkness. So do the days pass? Or is that one long day? Or are days, who made up this 24-hour day thing? Is that, I mean, we have to accept it as a fact now, because how do you dispute it? Well, I think this. I think days are actually 32 hours long. The nighttime is just a break in the day, like we take a break for this. I mean, we can sit there and we could do the what if scenario all day long, but there's some things we just have to take as fact. Just because they try to disprove them, well, the moon landing was staged. Okay, so what do you base that on? When the astronaut said it, what are you basing it on?
A lot of things.
That what's called, it went somewhere. They can prove that was legit. They had them take out. They went some fucking where.
Well,
the president called
the space shuttle on the landline. The president called the spaceship on the landline. Hey, y'all got up there yet? Yeah, we here. My phone don't. My cell phone stopped working less than 5 minutes from my house.
That's because you got Metro. But if you had Verizon, it would work all the way to Mars. I've been there twice and I called everybody. I even FaceTime them on my iPhone.
I want to know how they got that car up there on the moon. The car that's in the pictures.
But so
did they put it on the hitch? They trailered it up there?
No, they put it together. But I'm sure y'all seen these debates about is the world flat or is it round?
Oh yeah, heard those. I know how to prove that one because I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson. He told me how to prove it.
How you prove it?
This is how you prove it. You got to find a tall building. All right, let's say I'm making it up. This is what he said to do, and it makes sense to me. He said, so if the earth was flat, right? Check this out. If you find a tall building with let's say 50 stories, if the earth was flat, no matter what story you were on, the sun would disappear at the same time. So what he said to do was, if you stand on the first floor, you put people on the first floor and every 10 floors. And you tell them to signal you when they can't see the sun anymore. And what'll happen is from the bottom up, they'll start signaling you until they get to the top. That's how you know the earth is round. Otherwise, if the earth was flat, the sun would disappear at the same time. Everybody would put their hand up at the same time. That's what the man said. Do it makes sense to me.
I don't know if that makes sense. That's an angular thing. That ain't a circular thing.
Yeah, the sun is
out of space. The sun is out of space, right?
Yep.
But we got daylight on Earth, but ain't no light in outer space.
Oh yeah, you gotta talk to scientists on that one. I want to know that one, man. You gotta talk to a scientist on that one, man.
It's debatable. It makes sense.
I can't help with that one.
If the moon landing was true, why we never went back?
We've been back.
We ain't been back to the moon.
Yeah, we have. We got space stations.
Shit sound good. Michael Strahan went in space. And Gail, they went to space. They just went real high up. I mean, it's just those things that you want. But the Challenger didn't make it.
That's right, because when Michael Strahan went, you couldn't call him while he was gone.
Couldn't talk to him.
Cause he was gone. He was gone past that 3-block radius mark.
See? So it's all debatable. I mean, like I say, debatable.
It depends on what you believe. It would be.
Yeah.
It's like, and people hate when it's like evolution versus creation. Well,
we'll never know.
We keep finding, what do you call the bones? We keep finding evidence of prehistoric conditions. Ain't nobody found this ark yet. You can't. What? Maybe they threw the ark to the moon, which is why I have a problem with the Bible. Because you mean to me they can't. All this shit they keep finding, but none of it leads to this. So when we're looking at factual data, we can prove that dinosaurs existed. There's proof.
Where's the proof?
Well, and the thing was, how we know them bones wasn't just placed? And that's where we have to go with science, because science has things that can predate based on the fossils and all the other stuff. So it's like, do we want to be smart enough that we can start intelligently questioning that, or do we amateurishly question it? It's like when people ask me things as a cop. Well, certain things I'm trained to do, certain things I know from my experiences in life that aren't transferable. You know, we all have our own personal things from what we've been through. We know stuff when we see it. Can you explain to people how you know certain things? Well, you can't. It just is what it is. You know, you got a hunch about this. It's your hunch. It's like that's what I want to do. You know, when the way Mo feel when he see his wife ain't the same way I feel when I see mine. So how can he tell me what I'm gonna feel when I see the right one? His feeling is innate to him, but that's his fact. He just can't make it be my fact. Like when we talk about what men like, we can't make it a fact what men like. That is truly opinion based. But what we can make be factual is the male anatomy. Men have these things. This is scientifically a fact. And we were talking about with the whole trans thing. So when we're gonna debate something that's not factual, we can't just put up a what if, because you know my favorite phrase is, what if my aunt had balls? She'd be my uncle. She doesn't, so she ain't. Ain't nothing else to talk about with that one. So when people say, oh, I don't believe that, and that's fine. You ain't got to believe a lot of shit. You ain't got to believe today is Wednesday. But what do you have to argue against it? Because if you're going to challenge it, you got to bring, like when people say stuff to me and I post the article, well, your article, it's biased. Okay, it may be biased, but is it wrong? Is it wrong? If it ain't wrong, bias don't count.
You know, I usually look to see if it's a reliable source, and then I can go from there.
I say I watch different news sources. I listen to what they say, then I fact check them because we all have biases. We all have them. You know, like I say, Rachel Maddow, who is actually one of my favorite people, she clearly doesn't like Trump. But when she starts presenting her data, what is there to argue about other than the fact she don't like Trump? Does that make any of her data less accurate? When they was going in on and then when I look at the CNN, even MSNBC, they said bad stuff about Obama. So they aren't as biased as you think. Because I watch Fox, they ain't got nothing good to say about no Democrat, and they will lie to you about every Republican. There is no medium. When you watch Dale, and a couple other them fact checkers, they do the same thing to everybody. They tell you what was said, and it's so cool because they won't call them a lot. They're like, this is misleading. This is misleading. They won't call them a lot. This is misleading. So are these people, or are you just mad because they won't say what you want to say? But they give you the comparative data. They're giving you the comparative data. When Mo started talking about, when we was doing the thing about Target, Mo gave you the comparative data. What the stock was then, how it dropped down, how it went back up. And then what Mo did to prove it had nothing to do with the pastor, he showed yearly data. Well, this is a trend. This is what it normally does. So the pastor had very little to do with it. It's just the way a lot of stocks trend. They're gonna have moments like this, they're gonna have moments like that. Well, damn. So what a smart person would do is call for a strike when he knows that the system says that the market is gonna go down. So he can't, like he had something to do with it. When it's clear he didn't. Mo just proved that to us. All I gotta do is know when the stock's supposed to go down. And on what around the end of October, even the middle of October, because I'm gonna be that dude. I'm gonna start telling people how they should support Walmart and all these other places. Because I know they finna start shopping for the holidays. But I'm gonna say, see, they did it because of me. But the historical data says they're gonna do it anyway because people start buying shit right before the holidays. But I want to get credit for it. See what they doing? Yeah. And somebody ain't gonna do what Mo did. They ain't gonna look at the historical data. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, DVP said we should start shopping at Walmart and all these other places, and they ain't gonna do it. Not remember. You know you did this shit last year and the year before and the year before. You do this shit every year.
Right.
You do this shit every year.
Yeah. November.
Oh, it's normal.
Because right. You forgot. You forgot. See, like I just had to tell somebody when they was talking about all this stuff, the money we losing. I said, oh, you forgot when Doge came. Remember, Doge was supposed to be saving the country like $300 trillion. You forgot that. See, that was what your president told you. So now you saying he bought all this. How much did Doge say? Doge ended up saving Americans like $200,000. But what did it do? We start having more crashes because ain't no air traffic controller. He got rid of most of FEMA. What happened? We start having emergencies. FEMA ain't got enough people. A lot of shit start happening because of these cuts. So how did it make us better? Oh, these immigrants, they getting 2 minutes, they get money for this. I say, okay, let's just say that's true. But what about that? What about him tearing down part of the White House? Now, and it don't take a Rhodes Scholar. Most of us know you can't do nothing to historic buildings. Most of them are protected. Guess what the White House is? The White House is a historic building. But who you think gonna foot that cost? It ain't gonna be the president. Who you think gonna foot the cost of this new building? Who you think footing the cost of this $50 million he put in the ice? Who you think footing the cost of these tariffs? So when you talking about what immigrants taking, and I hear you, but if we look at he provided some data on immigration, the ones they supposed to be getting rid of are the re-entry people. How you gonna get rid of somebody who been here 30 years? How you gonna get rid of somebody who served in the military? But what he said was he was gonna get rid of the worst of the worst. I heard it. It's on video. That's not a thought. He said he was gonna get rid of the worst of the worst. So far, what we've been seeing. Oh, this lady been living in the community 30 years. She run a nursery. Oh, but she's here illegally. So for 25 years, she's been running the nursery. So what's her crime again? Oh, so y'all arrested 3 people. Y'all arrested 3 murderers. I guarantee you, it's a whole lot more murderers walking around in white America and black America. Why y'all look for them with this same zest? So how much are we actually losing? I mean, so it's like you can't sit back and tell me about this one something and how much it's costing us when I see us wasting money on everything else. This White House thing is costing a lot of money. Whose budget did this come after? It ain't gonna come from these senators and congressmen. It ain't none of it come from them. They don't go to KP or none of these other places for healthcare. They got private physicians who pay for their healthcare. What do you do? They get healthcare for life, and they still don't go to. They ain't now one that went to no urgent care like we went to. Not now. So it's like you want to sit here and say this, but let's bring facts to facts. Let's bring facts to facts. And the Constitution says what it says. Once you're on American soil, you get American rights. That's what the Constitution says. It don't matter where you were born. Once you hit here, you get our rights. If you were born here, you're an American. It don't matter where your parents from, even if they in here illegally. Once you're born on American soil, you're an American kid. Oh, well, we're gonna let the kids stay, but we're gonna get rid of the parents. Really?
No.
So you just contributed to the welfare thing. The government contributed that when you send them back. But what was the system before that? I think Reagan came up with it. You can't spend but X amount of years on welfare, and you got to get out. Because I believe, yeah, give everybody a helping hand one time. But you can't just keep having babies and stay on the system. But then if we're gonna do that, they done did specials. Who are the welfare kings and queens? The white people. But y'all let them stay on it. So it's like we sit there and we want to argue about them. And I ask somebody, the last time you lost a job, who was it to? Was it to an immigrant? Probably wasn't. And we want some work done around our house. Truth be told, who we looking for? Because we know people that look like us don't want to work hard. We know that they don't want to work hard. But if you go to Home Depot on a good day, you can find you 4 or 5 immigrants. You can have you a nice house built in 3 weeks because they working hard to get your shit done. It's going to pass code. If you get a contract, it's going to take him 7 months. So what?
It ain't like that no more, DVP.
Right, because they all scared. They all scared. But Mo, if you Mark, you know, if you get a contract, you know he gonna go over budget, he gonna go too long, and it's gonna be some shit ain't done right.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is now. See, so the good workers, they on somebody they already picked up working consistently. It's the ones up there that ain't the good, they ain't the best because ain't nobody swap them off their feet. It's something wrong with them. That's why they that every day or when you see them. The good ones, if you get you a good one, you don't turn them loose.
Mark, Mo, why do we say get 3 estimates?
Yeah, get 3 estimates, but don't get that one.
Why do we say do that?
Your steps gonna have a slope on them.
Because we know some shitty people out there, and a lot of them look Americanish. A lot of them look Americanish. They always got an excuse. See,
that's the truth, though. Yeah,
I had a patio built. Now the lead guy was a black guy. He was somebody who I knew. But all his workers didn't speak English. When they took a break, they sat in my driveway, ate their sandwiches
with that microwave.
Brought their own microwave, and they kept working. They ain't take no 2-hour lunches. Now, had I hired an all-American crew, they would have packed up all their shit at 11 o'clock, came back around 1:30, and just kept doing what they were doing. Asking me, hey, you got an extension cords, you got a microwave we can use. Them dudes didn't even, when I looked up one on leaving, I said, where he going? Oh, he got to go to the restroom. Y'all know I got a restroom. Oh, we don't go inside. Oh, shit. Oh.
They had that pen in the chicken coop.
But guess what? One leave at a time to go to the restroom. You ain't gonna never see all 4 of them leaving. One leave and the other ones pick up the slack. So you if I hadn't seen him leave, I wouldn't even know he was gone. So, but we get the estimates, and the reason we want referrals, not because of the cost. We want to hear that they did a good job. We don't want to hear how much it cost for. They do a good job. Send me a picture to make sure it ain't sloping. To make sure, and that's the sad part, because that's why we want these referrals. It ain't for the price, because we can look them up online. We want to see what our friends say. If they do a good job, send me a picture. When they come by, I had people pull up in my yard. I'm finna shoot them. Hey, man, you got a nice deck. Bro, you should have said that shit from the street. You were finna catch somebody with a high leg. I don't play that trespassing shit. I don't know you, player. Man, I don't invite people to my house. I think everybody want to steal my shit. So, but when we get down to it, like I said, it's a lot of things we do. We can argue about who's the best this, who's the best that. Those are all opinions. What's the best car? That's an opinion. Until they get that little car and driver award. Yeah, we don't like the best move sometimes, but you can't argue with the fact that they got an award for it. They got an award for it. Wasn't my favorite movie, but whoever vote, the masses, and that's who we say count, whatever the majority says the rule. I hated Training Day. I hated Wakanda. But you colors said they was 2 great movies. I just don't listen to y'all when y'all put what's a great movie on Facebook no more. I just, whatever y'all say is a great movie, I just know, cross that shit out. Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Oh, my movies come from Tubi. If I say it's good on Tubi, go watch it.
It's a couple people, when they say a movie is a good movie, I'll watch it because they're not just following the crowd saying something is a good movie. So,
I don't do that. If somebody tell me it's a bad movie, I'm gonna go watch it because I don't trust you. So I'm with you on that, DVP.
Oh, and that was just contrary. You be wanting to fight. See, I have moments when I want to do this. Other moments I just want to be chill.
Nah, you like that every other day.
No.
You on the slide to the blue. You slide to the blue side when you put a tie on like you going to church, deacon. But other than that, it's fire all day.
See, sometimes people be testing my game.
You ain't not doing this time. You let that.
Hey man, I just be wanting to get. Sometimes I be wanting just to get along. I be wanting to fall in line with everybody. See, that's why I got y'all here to keep me from jumping off the deep end. Cause sometimes I'm a jump. I just feel like it.
Yeah.
But I figure let me get some brothers on here who, and I tell people all the time, who we don't always agree on shit, but we ain't never disrespectful because when we're speaking opinions, everybody got to say so. once we start speaking facts, there's nothing to debate. All we can do from that point is ask questions. That's it. There's nothing to debate with facts. When we do the law and order stuff, I let y'all ask me questions because all I can do is tell you what the book say. Don't matter how I feel. Don't matter. The law says this. The law says this. Technically, I'm the expert, so y'all can ask me questions. I didn't write the law. I'm just telling you what it say. Man, that shit crazy. I totally agree. It's still against the law, or it's still legal. Oh, man, I didn't know that. I don't have to let the police in. Nope. They told me. Of course they told you. Ask them to show it to you. I can show it to you. You can pull up the Constitution. You ain't got to do it. Oh, they don't do this to white people. You know why they don't do it to white people? Because white people know their rights. You know, they got this thing that's like, oh, yeah, when the police pull you over, hold this shit up, tell them you refuse to say this, and what you think? You can fuck around and find yourself in jail. Because when he pull you over in that traffic stop, pull that thing up saying you ain't got nothing to say and you want your lawyer. You better give him your license or you're going to jail. You're going to jail for not talking. You know, what is it he want? You know, it's cool. Oh, cops are always looking for... Yeah, most of y'all don't talk to cops when they go to jail. So what are they always looking for? What are they looking for? Most of y'all, a lot of y'all done had cops walk up on you while you were smoking weed. And what's the first thing he said? Put it out. Most time they ain't got time for that shit. They looking for something else. This when you become an asshole and start telling what you ain't gonna do when you already wrong. So you smoking weed, you doing some shit. I just want to ask you a couple of questions, and you tell me to go to hell. Well, who gonna win that fight? Because did I really lock you up for smoking weed, or did I lock you up for being stupid? I locked you up for being stupid. You just gave me a reason because you're smoking weed. Put the weed out, see what I want. They let me go on my way. And people don't get that. Oh, he could have. No, you could have. Because you know you can't afford no attorney. So just go along with this shit. Especially if you ain't did nothing. You ain't did shit. So why we sitting here debating this? I'm debating with some idiot, a black activist, because I hate them, who wanted to argue me about the last slave ship, which was in Alabama. No, it wasn't. Dude, you can look this shit up. I ain't got to make this shit up. What are we talking? The last slave ship? Dude. Okay. Do your thing. You know, I'm just like, dude, most of this shit is there. It's there. In 2019, they found it at the bottom of the Mobile River. 2019. Let's see, when was that? That's a few years ago. They didn't have no slaves in Alabama. Dude, I ain't saying they did or didn't. I'm just saying that's where they found the last slave ship. Now you figure out how the ship got there. I ain't never heard of it. Okay. So, you know, agree to disagree, not happening. Somebody got to be wrong, somebody got to be right.
That's when you don't bring data. You gotta bring data to the discussion. Forget that agreeing to disagree stuff. Bring your data. Yeah.
You know, what Mark started out talking about this cleaning. I told y'all when I do my cleaning, I do it around the time change because it works for me. I ain't tell y'all that's when y'all should do it. Some of y'all need to do it when the seasons change. That's 4 times a year. You got to pick something that's right with you. It's like relationships. Now one of the three of us tell you how to do the perfect relationship. You got to do what works for you. What we can do is offer you tidbits on what we know, been through or heard. But you got to make the decision. But can't now want us tell you the right thing to do. Not one of us. We can hell. If we've been honest, most times shit, we don't know what worked for us. We still experimenting. It's like, damn, how do I keep up from getting mad at me? I tried the flowers, I tried this. It just depends on what mood she in. Some days food works, some days silence works, some days going to work. But ain't no one example fits everything. So even like I said, we do this, and I picked you gentlemen for a reason, because y'all ain't just gonna go along with me to get along with me. And I say, me and Mo, when we met in the other group, I didn't agree with half of what Mo was saying. I agree with even more. I disagree with more stuff than his partner was saying, because his partner had a way of generalizing all men, and that shit used to agitate me. Mm-hmm. All men, no, you don't quit saying that shit. A real man. Quit saying that shit. He ain't never dated no man. Quit saying. Say you do this.
Right, he right.
Say you do. Don't say what a good man would do because you ain't never dated a good man. Huh? What you say, Mark?
I say I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but good men do different things. All good men don't want to leave. It's like, you know, when I hear, oh, the boss at work, when she get home, she don't want to be boss. Okay, consider that same shit might work for a man too. If he got to be a boss at work all day long making decisions, he don't want to have to come home and keep doing that same shit either. After a hard day's work, I don't want to have to fucking decide what to eat. Just make something. Just eat or I'm not, but don't ask me what I want. I don't know. All day long, I've been making decisions for 9-10 hours. I would like to go 5 hours without having to decide shit what I'm watching on TV. And guess what? If you watch something, I'm going to watch it anyway, because I don't even care if it ain't football season. So why you think men don't want to just have a break too from decision making? I don't know no man that want to make decisions 24/7. I don't know one. I ain't saying it ain't none. I'm just saying I don't know one. Real man. Real men are hunters. That's bullshit. It's a lot of these dudes get a blood. Listen, I think I'm a bad dude, but you know what I'm not finna do at this point? I'm not finna skin shit. I'm not finna do it. I know people who do this shit. I will go hunting, and then I'll let them do the rest. I ain't never been fishing. I'm scared the hook gonna get caught in my hand. I'm gonna scream like Michael Jackson, and I don't go around picking up worms. So does that mean I ain't a real man? If that what it means,
no, you ain't a real man.
But
you ain't a
real man. How to
you
feed his
don't wanna
family?
fish.
I keep a job. I will buy some meals. But most of us aren't true hunters in that sense. How many of us can go out and hunt for our food? Some of us can't even. We don't even do a good job of hunting for women. So quit saying real men are hunters. They want to do this. They want to do that.
Look, man, I'm watching the National Geographic. African dudes about 5'2" scaring lions off. So who is the real man now? I ain't doing that.
But Mo, for real, do we call him a real man or do we say he crazy as hell?
He crazy as hell.
He crazy as hell. He don't even meet the real man criteria. That mother crazy as hell. He crazy. But his lifestyle is different from ours. And it's like, you know, we got to quit trying to bundle everything into a nice little thing and make everybody big. You know, and when we keep trying to generalize everything, we can say the majority if we know. But even then, the reason I claim to have more expertise than most people is because I was a cop, because I was in the military. I spent my life around a bunch of people I didn't know. Most of us, when we're in the real world, we pick our friends, we pick where we want to hang out, except for our job. But at your job, how many different people do you meet? That's pretty much becomes your second circle. Well, as a cop, I'm with different people all the time. I'm in different neighborhoods. So yeah, I get to see a bunch of different groups and I can tell you what I'm learning from everybody, because every day is truly different. So yeah, my experiences are way more than the average person. That don't mean they're right. That just means I experience more people. The military took me to a bunch of different places. I experienced more than the average person. I left the states more than once. I've been to several different states. And it's like, no, this is this. Okay. I don't know no man that don't do this. Yeah, but that's because your circle is limited. You homophobic. I ain't homophobic. I know some gay guys. A couple of them cool as hell. I think 3 or 4 of them played football with us. They weren't flaming, but they didn't like girls. But they didn't harm us either. They were good football players. We accept them because they played good football. Because what was we out there for, Mark? To play football. Nothing else. It was good if we got along with our teammates, but it wasn't mandatory that we got along. I'm sure everybody got teammates they don't like. Yeah. Modon already told y'all he got 2 different hats. There's a couple of jobs he wanted to tell him to go to hell, but he realized he had rent to pay and bills and shit was due. So he became the survival mode. Let me do the right thing so I keep this job. Let me do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
DVP did the same thing. Is the fight worth winning so I don't have a job? Or can I just shut the fuck up for a little while and get this check? You know, I think I'm just shut the fuck up today. I'm not giving up my morals. Okay. You can be morally right and unemployed and homeless, or you can shut the fuck up have a nice place to stay, and some food to eat. I'd rather be home. Well, do your thing, player. I'm not picking that. I'm not picking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do say dumb shit like that.
And we proud when we say it. I'm standing 10 toes down. I don't care what happened to me. Okay. As soon as your ass land in jail, you be like, oh man, I don't want to. You said you don't care what you said. You didn't care what happened. Oh, now you don't mean it. Okay. Well, we're gonna agree to disagree. That's when it comes in. We're gonna. This is what you said. I ain't mean it. It what I heard. It would have heard. Oh shit! I'm making a mess. All right. Well, I ain't like this because ain't nothing going on nowhere. Because I guess they could have commented on your page, Mark, but ain't nothing going out. So, hell, anybody who have been looking for it on Random Thoughts wouldn't have seen it. Let's see, somebody just popped up. But shit, because I don't ever tell people to go to my JBN. Oh, so Joe saw it somewhere. I don't know how. He got the link though. All right, so we finna get up out of here. And we're gonna work on this link thing and see what's up. I appreciate you fellas as always. I'm gonna have me some real drinks and try to calm down, so I ain't on Facebook cussing.
What you finna go drink? What you finna drink?
If it ain't tequila, why even do it?
Yeah, he finna cuss some people out. Don't be goddamn on here at 2:00 in the morning talking about who up because you still want to cuss people out.
Well, then I have to be on my personal page. That way I'll make sure it go out. That's what I should have just went live on the page. That's what I should have did. Oh, damn, why you didn't tell me that earlier? That's what I could have did.
I ain't think about it.
Yeah, all right,
we're gonna figure it out. You gotta get you.
Yeah, I got 5 days to figure it out because I don't like this. I like y'all, but I don't have nobody to talk to.
I ain't even see my real friends in the chat today.
Yeah, like I said,
Robert will be coming in right now talking about sending the link.
Right. I got something to say, man. Don't sat down.
Gotta tell Yolanda, they ain't speak to Yolanda. Y'all, you ain't doing right.
Yeah. Yep. Mr. Moore, we ain't speak to him. I'm missing my phone.
Yeah, he on my page. He looking at it on my page.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we had people on my page come through. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, and we're gonna get with. Shit, after we figure this out, so it'll go straight to your page too, so you don't have to share it.
Yeah. Let's do that because like I say, I usually share it and
Yeah, but like I said, if you already linked to the thing, it'll just go straight to it. So
cool. We need to do that.
All right.
Any parting words, Mo? Nah, we're gonna have our parting words.
See, agree to disagree. I thought I was the host. How am I gonna just take over my shit? Well, I'm here. I can see you.
We gonna do our parting words.
Mo, you got the parting words, bro.
What you got for us, Mo?
Man. Hey, I'm still out here, y'all. Come listen. I did a little today on this stock market. Reach out, get your training, man. Think of it this way. You know how you out here trying to get your little side hustle? Think of this as another little side hustle. So come, get in touch with us and we'll get you there.
I'm with you, Mo. I'm getting a little small group of family to come in so you can give it all at one time. But yes, I'll definitely be getting with you on that real soon. My parting words, man, like I said, get your house ready for the spring and the summer and make sure everything is good. Preparation so you don't have these big expenses at a bad time. So just make sure you spring prep your house.
And since you helped do this,
it's on you, host. Since you want to be the host.
Next show we want to talk about so people could quit tripping when these snowstorms or ice storms hit, the things that they need to have in abundance, a supply of just in case the power go out or something like that. That's gonna be one of the things we're gonna talk about, Mark. So I'm gonna put that one on your plate. As a matter of fact, because Mo, you in the heat, right?
Oh yeah.
And I guess what y'all need in the heat would almost be a little bit different. So think of some of the things that we need to tell people they need to have a ready reserve of, even if they rotate it every 3 to 4 months. But it's some things you shouldn't have to run to the store for just because there's a weather alert all of a sudden, like you living from day to day. Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna figure this out with Roy, and we'll be back next week. You finished with your thought, Mark?
Yeah, I'm finished with my thought.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be back in 6 days and in 22 hours. And even though ain't nobody here, y'all know it is Peeps, Popcorn, and Chicken Grease. And we still out.
Wow, 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 wow.